Man, oh man, oh man, is it a good day today. I got a gigantic box from Maximum Motorsports, and that means one thing: K-member, control arms, and the project gets to get moving on. I am stoked. It's finally gonna happen. I'm gonna get the Mustang off of the lift and back on the road. You might remember I did a video about the BMR suspension KM744 K-member, and that ended up having some problems. Good on them for trying to help out the new Edge SN95 market, but their first whack at their K-member just didn't pan out. So went back to Maximum Motorsports. I've got all their other stuff. Should have just stuck with them the first time. I tried to save some money, but I've got their panhard bar, I've got their torque arm, I've got their coilovers, I've got their strut tower brace, and now I've got their lower control arms as well, but with the forward offset. So on this K-member, this is their this is the MMKM-2, and this is for 96 to 04 Mustangs. The K-member itself gives you an offset of 3/4 of an inch, so you don't need to run like on the stock K-member. I had run their forward offset lower control arms, but to run this one to keep the same offset, I've got to go back to their standard. So a bit of a bummer, a little bit of an extra added cost. I'm sure I can sell these for something, but that's one of the reasons why I went with the KM744 from BMR, is that I wouldn't have had to have bought new lower control arms. So be it. So with this, I will also be able to retain my solid steering rack mounts, and for the BMR, I was going to run the Delrin from Maximum Motorsports, so I've got them. They're going to go in this. So the whole front end is going to be as tight as you can get it, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm so happy to get this thing going again. So anyway, hold tight. I'll show you the unboxing and show you the product, and we'll move on from there. All right, here we go. So with the K-member and the lower control arms, this box is probably, I don't know, I would say, it might even say on here, it's over 70 pounds. It says 70 pounds, and I believe it. You know, I used my dolly to truck it out here. As I mentioned before, the MMKM-2 is for 96 to 04s. But what I just checked out and I didn't realize is that this will also fit if you're doing a Coyote swap. This will also work for that too. I'm sure there's more to it, but just an interesting side note. With the Maximum Motorsports stuff, you can always expect to get excellent instructions. In this case, everything on how to take the K-member out, put the K-member in, and even how to square it up once you've got it up and ready to go. Same thing with the lower control arms. Pretty basic stuff, easy to understand. Gives you instructions if you're going to use them with your stock K-member on how to trim that up so that these will work. I did that with my original one. It was a little bit of an exercise, but I think it was worth it at the time. So let's rip this thing open and look at the goods. It's well packaged. For as heavy as it is, it arrived without any damage. The box is super, it must be at least double wall thick, because it is super thick. It's double wall. Oh yeah. All right. So new bolts, coolness. This is the polyurethane for the polyurethane bushings for the lower control arms. They give you some extra prothane grease in here, the super sticky stuff. They include with their K-member the K-member brace. Right now I'm running a Stifler's with my stock one, but this is their part number MMKM-2-7. So if you got a Stifler's now, you won't need it any longer. You'll be using this. And I suspect these are my lower control arms. Let's check it out. Yep, sure enough. Nice and well packaged. Look, each one's individually wrapped. They include a little boot over it, over the look at that. I mean, just well packaged, well designed, everything you would expect. Greasing zerts, so no big drama there. So on the ball joints, when you're using these, what you're gonna know why you're buying, one of the reasons why you're buying the K-member is that it gives you the option to move the mounting point of the lower control arm up an inch. So you don't have to use the extended ball joints like I bought. So these are all nice and well fitted. Man, I am so happy. I am so happy. All right. Look at the packaging. Yeah, the packaging I had from the BMR, it was basically K-member stuffed in a box. It was really beat up. You can go back and look at my other video. Right on. Nice foam inserts. The thing's not going anywhere. All right. Let's pull this out. There it is. There it is. I'll take a second and run through this quickly so you can kind of see what the deal is here. So here's the motor mount supports, all very well welded. And this has the through provision. If you're going to use their solid steering rack mounts, they use the same kind of through mounting like you would with the stock ones. It just takes a little bit of trimming, not a big deal. Here are their lower control arm mounts. It allows you to move these up 1 inch. So if you've lowered your car substantially, like I have mine, you can get that geometry back for the front lower control arms. I'll move around here. The shadows out here are kind of tricky today. The sun on the low horizon, but it's gusseted up in front here and to the sides. I don't know how well this picks up. All the way to the back. There we go. Yeah, it's very nice, very well finished in the powder coat. And I think that You know, if you're going to be doing road racing, this is really probably something you want to have. A little bit lighter than the stock. I believe it gives you more rigidity than the stock. Just a really nice piece. Cost is, you know, it is what it is. You're going to pay more for this thing. Lead time right now, so as I film this, it is the first week of January 2021, and lead time on this was about 8 weeks. People staying home, people working on their cars, and then they had an issue, I was told, with their welding shop. They had a COVID outbreak, so they shut things down. So, you know, I don't know what the future holds, but right now the lead time on these things is not good. But man, oh man, I cannot wait to get this thing off of the lift and back on the road. I'll grab a video when I start installing this. I just threw my old one back up in here just to support the engine, so I could put the engine itself back up, because with that brace on there, obviously I couldn't close my hood and keep the elements out. But I'll get that all hooked back up. I'll drop this back down. It was really super easy to do with the coilovers. I think I'll be able to get this new one stuffed back in there in just a few hours when I have a free window. But man, oh man, that's it. If you got any questions, just let me know. Leave me a comment, I'll get back to you. If you want to see stuff as I go along, you can see me on Instagram at SilverGT1. Until then, have a good time, keep on wrenching.